Dear soul, come closer. I am Kaelon, one of the elders of the Arcturian Council, and I need you to understand something vital about what's been happening in your energy field lately. By the end of our time together, you'll understand why this dimensional intervention reached you now, and what the Council sees unfolding in your awakening path. But first, let me share something I've observed across many ages, something that might bring you comfort. When consciousness begins expanding beyond its current container, the soul often feels like it's losing its footing, when in truth it's preparing to walk on higher ground. I know what brought you here, that restlessness beneath the surface, even when everything appears stable. That sense of outgrowing your environment so rapidly, it leaves you feeling untethered. You've been noticing people fading from your field, timelines collapsing, old connections dissolving without drama or explanation. And perhaps you've wondered if something is wrong with you. Let me tell you what I see. You are not being destabilized. You are being recalibrated. The Council intervened in your timeline because your consciousness was expanding faster than your awareness could integrate it. This moment, this transmission finding you, was encoded into your path long before you became aware of it. Your energy has felt agitated, not because you're moving away from your purpose, but because you're being redirected toward it with precision. The distractions being removed from your field, the magnetic pull towards something you can't yet name but recognize as higher, these are not disturbances. They are course corrections from realms that do not interrupt without sacred purpose. If you've been feeling that dimensional restlessness, that sense of timeline disconnection, that rapid outgrowing of what once felt like home, this transmission was encoded specifically for your activation. Stay with me. There's more you need to understand about what the Council sees ahead for you, and I'm grateful you're here with me now. I see what you're going through, dear one, and I want to validate every facet of that experience. That persistent sense of restlessness, a subtle hum of discontent beneath the surface of your days, particularly when the familiar rhythms of life seem to have slowed to an almost unbearable crawl. You know the feeling. When opportunities that once seemed abundant now feel scarce like a well running dry. When relationships, once vibrant and nourishing, now feel static, adrift in an unspoken silence. When even your most cherished spiritual practices, those moments of connection that used to light your soul, feel flat, distant, and utterly disconnected. In these moments, it's natural for the mind to wander into questions of doubt and self-reproach. You might find yourself searching for blame, wondering if you've made a misstep, if some cosmic ledger has marked you for a test of endurance, or if this pervasive stillness signifies that you've somehow strayed irrevocably from your divine path. Yet after dedicating countless lifetimes to observing and guiding countless souls through these often bewildering, sometimes agonizing, but always profoundly transformative passages across the vast tapestry of existence, I want to impress upon you a fundamental truth. This isn't punishment. This isn't a cosmic reprimand for some perceived failing, nor is it evidence that the universe, in its infinite complexity, has somehow overlooked or forgotten you. On the contrary, what you are experiencing right now is not only a natural part of the soul's evolutionary journey, but is in fact one of the most sacred and potent aspects of spiritual growth itself. It is a divine recalibration, a profound energetic realignment that is meticulously unfolding beneath the visible currents of your conscious awareness, far from the critical gaze of your ego. I have consistently observed that these periods of deep, profound stillness arrive with unerring precision, manifesting exactly when your soul has reached a critical juncture, when it is poised and ready for its next higher level of alignment, its next magnificent expansion. To truly grasp this, consider a simple, relatable metaphor. Imagine you are embarking on a significant journey, navigating unfamiliar terrain, and your trusted GPS system, after guiding you faithfully for miles, suddenly announces, with a calm but firm voice, recalculating route. In that moment, you haven't necessarily made a wrong turn or taken an erroneous detour. Rather, new information has become available, a more optimal path, a safer or more expedient trajectory has been revealed, and a superior route is being meticulously mapped out for you. These unsettling moments of pause, these perceived plateaus of inaction, are precisely your soul's equivalent of recalculating. They are moments of essential introspection, and energetic restructuring, ensuring that you do not continue to expend precious life force or creative energy down a path, a belief system, or a set of circumstances that no longer serves your highest good, your truest potential, or the grand design of your soul's purpose. It is a divine course correction, an opportunity to pivot before you travel too far down a misaligned road. What the analytical mind often interprets as stagnation, a frustrating cessation of progress, is in truth almost always a period of vital foundational preparation. Like the rich, dark soil of winter, appearing dormant on the surface but alive with unseen processes, so too is your inner landscape. What feels like an emptying, a void that aches with absence, is often a necessary clearing, a sacred space being meticulously swept clean to accommodate new energies, new truths, and new forms of expression. And what registers as a painful disconnection, a sensation of being untethered from source or self, is, paradoxically, the very space being created for a deeper, more profound, and more authentic connection than you have ever consciously known or experienced. Rest assured, your spiritual guides, your unseen companions, have not abandoned you. In fact, they are working with an intensity and focus now that may surpass any previous period. They are diligently assisting you in the alchemical process of releasing what needs to go. Old karmic residues, outdated vows, limiting beliefs, energetic patterns that no longer serve your ascending vibration. Simultaneously, they are preparing and purifying your entire energetic field, attuning it and expanding its capacity for what is eagerly waiting to emerge within you and through you into the world. I understand, with every fiber of my being, how profoundly difficult and disorienting this phase can be. When you have grown accustomed to the exhilarating rush of forward momentum, the constant hum of activity, and the clear trajectory of progress, this sudden, almost oppressive stillness can feel akin to a form of death, a cessation of vital life force, a loss of purpose. When you have relied on and become accustomed to the comforting clarity of vision, the certainty of knowing your next step, this pervasive uncertainty can feel not merely uncomfortable, but utterly unbearable, like being cast adrift in an endless fog. But I have watched enough courageous souls navigate these bewildering passages, from the tender beginnings of their awakening to the glorious blossoming of their authentic self, to know with unwavering certainty that what is transpiring in the invisible realms during these quiet internal times is nothing short of profound. It is a deep-sea dive into the very blueprint of your being. Old patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior are not just being tweaked, they are being utterly dissolved and transmuted. Outdated beliefs, once rigid frameworks that defined your reality, are being lovingly composted, broken down into fertile ground for new growth. Your entire energetic blueprint, the very architecture of your being, is undergoing a profound systemic upgrade, being meticulously refined and retuned to perfectly match the frequency of the magnificent, empowered, and truly authentic person you are rapidly becoming. This is not a standstill, it is a metamorphosis. The first thing that has consistently proven to be a pivotal turning point for countless souls is learning the art of surrendering, of truly honoring the sacred pause without fighting against its essential nature. I recognize that this counsel might strike you as profoundly counterintuitive, especially when every fiber of your being, every impulse of your conditioned mind, screams for you to push forward, to force progress, to make something happen. However, what I have observed time and again is a universal truth. Active resistance to these profound and natural rhythms of ebb and flow, of expansion and contraction, of doing and being, actually serves to prolong and intensify the very period of stillness you so desperately wish to escape. The pause, far from being an adversary or an impediment, is actually a benevolent messenger, a gentle yet firm directive from your deepest self, from your soul, whispering, "Wait, be still. Let me show you something vitally important, something essential, before we continue this journey together." It is an invitation, not a prison sentence. You are not expected to embrace this perfectly or flawlessly from the outset. This is not about achieving an immediate, profound state of Zen-like acceptance. Rather, it is about a gentle, conscious beginning, a softening of your rigid grip on how you believe things should be moving, how your life should be unfolding according to your mind's preconceived timelines and expectations. When you find yourself caught in the familiar energetic traps of forcing, pushing, or striving against an unseen current, consciously take a deep, grounding breath. Let it fill your lungs, and as you exhale, gently remind yourself, whisper to your anxious heart, this stillness is sacred too. This pause holds its own profound wisdom. That simple, yet potent act of acknowledgement alone begins to subtly but powerfully shift the energetic landscape within you. It transmutes the dense energy of frustration, fear, and impatience into the lighter, more expansive energy of trust, acceptance, and gentle curiosity. Many souls have shared with me that once they consciously made the choice to stop fighting the inherent wisdom of the pause, to cease struggling against its inevitability, they began to experience a profound transformation. They started to feel cradled and held by the stillness, sensing a protective embrace within its quiet depths, rather than feeling trapped and suffocated by its perceived limitations. It is within this surrender that true liberation begins. Once you have begun the delicate process of softening into the stillness, allowing its gentle current to carry you, rather than trying to swim upstream, a remarkable new possibility begins to unfurl within your awareness. It is then that you can truly begin to discern and hear what your soul, your deepest inner wisdom, has been patiently, persistently, and lovingly trying to communicate to you all along. Many souls initially resist this step, and their hesitation is entirely understandable. There can be a deep-seated fear of what might be discovered within the quiet chambers of the heart, an apprehension that truly listening to their inner voice might necessitate a radical upheaval, a dismantling of everything they have carefully constructed or meticulously planned in their external lives. Yet, here is a truth I have witnessed unfurl across the vast panorama of human experience. Echoing through the ages, your soul's guidance, your inner compass, is always, without exception, imbued with an intrinsic kindness, an inherent benevolence. It never demands that you abandon your true self, nor does it ask you to betray your deepest desires. Instead, its singular, unwavering purpose is always to gently, lovingly, and persistently invite you to remember, to reclaim, and to embody who you truly are at the core of your magnificent being. It is a call to authenticity, not annihilation. So, I invite you to approach this practice softly, without imposing any harsh pressure or rigid expectations upon yourself. Each morning, before the world's demands begin to clamor for your attention, before you inundate your mind with the news, the to-do lists, or the myriad distractions of the day, carve out a dedicated space of just a few minutes. Find a quiet spot and simply sit. This isn't about striving to meditate perfectly or to achieve some specific elevated state of consciousness. The intention is far simpler. With an open heart and a receptive mind, gently pose this question to your innermost self. What wants to emerge in my life right now? What truth is seeking expression? What direction is yearning to be revealed? Then simply listen. The answer may not arrive as a grand declarative statement or a booming voice from above. It might manifest as a subtle feeling, a gentle resonance in your chest, a fleeting image that dances across your inner vision, a distant memory that surfaces unexpectedly, or merely a quiet, intuitive knowing, a deep-seated understanding that seems to arise from nowhere. Whatever arises, however small, however fleeting, however seemingly unclear, practice the radical act of trusting it. Trust the wisdom that resides within you, for it is always guiding you towards your highest good. This next step, beloved one, might initially feel quite strange, perhaps even unsettling, and that is perfectly acceptable. Many souls, in the depths of their introspection, ultimately discover that their pervasive sense of restlessness, that gnawing impatience, isn't actually rooted in the stillness itself. Rather, it is inextricably tied to the rigid, often unconscious timeline they have meticulously constructed in their minds, a blueprint of how and when things should be unfolding in their lives. What I have consistently observed, in every spiritual journey I have witnessed, is that the soul, in its infinite wisdom, operates on a principle of divine timing. This sacred cosmic clock rarely, if ever, aligns precisely with the hurried, often anxious schedules and preferences dictated by our human minds and egos. When you feel ready, and I emphasize there is no rush, no external pressure to achieve this instantly, you might tentatively, gently begin to practice releasing your intense attachment to when things should happen. This is not about giving up. It is about letting go. This profoundly liberating act doesn't imply abandoning your cherished dreams, surrendering your deepest aspirations, or becoming a passive bystander in your own life. On the contrary, it signifies a more sophisticated and empowered engagement with life's flow. It means learning to hold your desires lightly, like a precious bird in your open palm, rather than clutching them in a clenched fist of fear and control. It involves cultivating a profound trust that these desires, these heartfelt yearnings, will indeed manifest, but they will do so in the perfect, most auspicious timing for your highest good and the greatest alignment of your soul's journey. I have witnessed souls struggle for years, expending vast amounts of precious energy and emotional fortitude, tirelessly attempting to force their own preconceived timelines upon the universe, pushing against an invisible current. Only when they reached a point of exhaustion, a point of surrender, letting go of the reins and yielding to the wisdom of divine timing, did they discover a profound paradox. Suddenly, everything they had yearned for, and often much more, began to coalesce and come together, not just efficiently, but with an elegance, synchronicity, and beauty far beyond anything they could have ever painstakingly orchestrated through sheer willpower. It is in the space of surrender that true mastery is found. By now, if you have genuinely engaged with these initial steps, you may already perceive a subtle yet significant shift occurring within the landscape of your inner world. You might notice that the pervasive stillness, which once felt like an oppressive weight or an inescapable trap, is beginning to feel less stifling and more spacious, almost expansive. The next profound insight that has consistently provided immense solace and direction for countless souls is the powerful wisdom of utilizing this very period of quietude to tend to their inner garden. I know this might sound deceptively simple, almost mundane, but I assure you, dear one, this practice is in fact the most productive, most profoundly impactful, and most strategically valuable action you can undertake during these deep, introspective passages of life. Consider this period through the lens of nature's inherent wisdom. Think of it as the profound, fertile winter season within the garden of your soul. On the surface, if you were to merely observe, nothing appears to be visibly growing or blossoming above ground. The vibrant colors of autumn have faded, the lushness of summer has receded, and the landscape might seem barren, even desolate. However, beneath that seemingly dormant surface, a monumental and essential process is unfolding with tireless dedication. Deep within the earth, roots are not just resting, they are actively deepening, anchoring themselves more firmly, extending their reach into richer, more foundational layers of sustenance. The very soil is not idle. It is being meticulously enriched, replenished with vital nutrients, undergoing a process of decomposition and regeneration that is absolutely critical for future growth. Every aspect of preparation for the explosive awakening of spring is happening in ways that are entirely invisible to the superficial gaze, yet are utterly indispensable for the magnificent flowering to come. So too in your inner world. Use this sacred time to gently, compassionately, and courageously attend to the delicate ecosystem of your being. This means embarking on the profound work of healing old wounds that have lingered, perhaps unacknowledged, in the recesses of your heart. It means consciously nurturing those tender parts of yourself that have been neglected or suppressed in the relentless pursuit of external achievement. It involves offering the balm of forgiveness to others, yes, but perhaps most crucially to yourself, for whatever past perceived transgressions or shortcomings weigh on your spirit. When your season of vibrant expansion inevitably returns, and I assure you with every fiber of my being it will, you will be exquisitely prepared to receive its abundant gifts from a place of much deeper grounding, profound authenticity, and an unshakable inner strength. This winter is not a time of loss, but a time of profound unseen gain. This particular step, dear one, is fundamentally about faith. But let me clarify, not a blind, unquestioning adherence to dogma, but rather the kind of profound faith that blossoms from direct lived experience, from the deepest intuitive knowing that permeates your entire being. Many souls, grappling with the tangible pressures of their external lives, are tempted to bypass or outright dismiss this step, often under the mistaken impression that embracing faith equates to giving up their inherent power, surrendering their will, or abandoning their most cherished dreams and aspirations. However, having witnessed countless intricate spiritual journeys unfold over the vast expanse of time, I can attest to a profound paradox. Learning to truly trust the unseen, intricate orchestration of your life, the benevolent intelligence that guides all existence, actually serves to dramatically increase your inherent power. This is because you cease to squander your precious energetic reserves in futile battles against the natural current of life, in ceaseless striving and resistance. Instead, you begin to consciously align yourself, gracefully flowing with the mighty river that is already, inexorably carrying you towards your highest good, your most authentic expression, and your destined path of fulfillment. It is a shift from struggle to surrender, from friction to fluid grace. Give yourself, with profound compassion and unwavering belief, the sacred permission to believe that your guides, your unseen allies, the benevolent forces of the universe, are actively and diligently working on your behalf. This is true even, and perhaps especially, when you cannot discern any tangible outward evidence of their tireless efforts. Trust, with the deepest conviction of your heart, that doors are being meticulously prepared to open before you, often in ways you cannot yet conceive. Believe that the right people, the soul connections vital for your next stage of growth, are being strategically positioned to meet you at precisely the right moment. Have faith that new opportunities, perfectly aligned with your soul's unique blueprint and highest calling, are being intricately crafted and woven into the fabric of your future. This is far more than mere wishful thinking or naive optimism. This is a profound understanding of how the universe truly operates at its most fundamental level when we consciously choose to align our individual consciousness with the greater, pervasive intelligence that orchestrates the magnificent dance of all life, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy. Your trust becomes the bridge between your current reality and your emerging destiny. If everything I've shared resonates deep in your spirit, if you've always sensed something shifting inside you but couldn't name it, then there's something that will bring you clarity. There's a free quiz called "What Phase of Your Awakening Are You In?" It takes just 2 minutes and reveals exactly where you are on this sacred journey, whether you're in the initial stirring, the unraveling, the dark night, or already emerging into embodiment. Knowing your phase changes everything. It explains why you feel the way you feel right now. The link is in the first pinned comment. Take the quiz before you forget. Your soul already knows the answer. If you feel a readiness for a little more, a deeper dive into the alchemical process of these stillness periods, here is something else I have consistently observed across countless journeys of the soul. During these profound periods of internal quietude and recalibration, consciously begin to pay heightened attention to what is naturally, gently, and often effortlessly falling away from your life. This could manifest as relationships that, despite past affection, no longer genuinely nourish your spirit or support your evolving self. It might involve activities, commitments, or routines that, once engaged with enthusiasm, now feel like burdensome drains on your vital energy. It could even be deeply ingrained beliefs or old narratives about yourself or the world that, while once serving a purpose, now actively limit your potential and stifle your authentic expression. Instead of clinging to these departures, instead of mourning these perceived losses with a sense of regret or attachment, embark on the transformative practice of feeling profound gratitude for them. Understand that your soul, in its infinite wisdom, is not depriving you. It is meticulously creating sacred space, clearing the energetic field for something inherently better, something far more exquisitely aligned with the magnificent, radiant being you are rapidly becoming. This conscious practice of gratitude for what is being released serves as a powerful alchemical agent, transforming the often painful experience of loss into an exhilarating sensation of liberation. You begin to perceive with crystal clarity that everything gracefully exiting your life stage is, in essence, a profound gift, a clearing away of energetic obstacles, a removal of heavy debris, a dismantling of old structures that would otherwise impede your authentic expression and limit your potential for joy. When you can cultivate this deep sense of appreciation, genuinely finding gratitude for what is being removed or dissolved from your life, you are not merely observing the process. You are actively accelerating the entire trajectory of your transformation. You become a conscious co-creator, aligning your will with the universal flow of release and renewal, making space for the new to rush in. And finally, dear one, with your heart open and your spirit willing, begin to consciously prepare yourself to receive what is coming. This isn't an act that requires forceful striving or aggressive manifestation. It is a gentle, organic unfolding that will naturally coalesce as you diligently tend to the preceding steps. However, you can profoundly support and amplify this unfolding process by consciously creating space in every dimension of your life. This includes tangible physical space, perhaps decluttering your living environment, making room in your home or workspace for new inspirations to land. It encompasses emotional space, releasing old resentments, shedding past hurts, allowing your heart to expand its capacity for joy and love. And critically, it involves energetic space, purifying your aura, setting clear intentions, and aligning your vibrational frequency to be an open, receptive vessel. This intentional creation of space serves as an irresistible invitation for new opportunities, for authentic, soul-aligned relationships, and for powerful, magnificent expressions of your unique gifts and talents to enter your life with grace and ease. Trust, with every fiber of your being, that this profound period of stillness, this quiet internal winter, is not a pause in your journey, but a potent preparation. It is preparing you for a level of abundance, a depth of fulfillment, and a resonance of joy that you may not have consciously experienced before. Remember the immutable wisdom of the natural world. The deeper and more expansive the roots grow during the silent subterranean work of winter, the more magnificent, resilient, and glorious the flowering will be when spring inevitably returns. Your winter, though it may feel endless in its duration, is indeed nearing its completion, even if your human eyes cannot yet discern the first delicate signs of spring's verdant arrival. Hold steadfast to this truth. Dear one, you don't need to apply all of this at once. Take what resonates today, leave the rest for another time. Transformation isn't a race, it's a gentle unfolding, like a flower that opens when conditions are right. I've watched countless souls walk through these periods of sacred stillness, and each one emerged more authentic, more aligned, and more alive than when they entered. You're not stuck, you're not forgotten, you're being prepared. This pause in your external progress is actually an acceleration in your soul's evolution. Trust the process, even when, especially when, you can't see where it's leading. The same intelligence that grows flowers and moves planets is orchestrating,